Hitler's would-be assassin was executed right here. His name was Claus von Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg was part of a much larger plot that had actually existed in some form since 1940. Eventually there were at least 4 figures of people that were involved, and actually after it failed, many of those people would be executed. How did Stauffenberg try and do it? At 1 p.m. on the 20th of July 1944, he placed a bomb beneath a table in a meeting with Hitler and then left the room. The plan was to fly back to Berlin and take part in the coup. The bomb was a failure for a couple of reasons. It was a very hot day, and so the meeting had been moved from inside of a concrete bunker to inside of a wooden building. This meant that the blast would be able to kind of explode through the walls rather than be contained in the room. The other problem, the table. Sounds a bit weird, right? But the bomb was placed beneath this heavy oak table, the bomb blows up, table lifts up, smacks Hitler in the face, guy ends up a bit injured, very angry, and very much alive. Because Stauffenberg was the only person to leave this meeting and not be seen again, he's top of the list of suspects. He lands in Berlin and he ends up arrested alongside 4 other co-conspirators, and yeah, they are executed just over here where you see the memorial. But how about this memorial? It's actually one of the very first memorials for the victims of National Socialism to be built in Berlin. It was commissioned in 1952 and put on display in 1953, and it's a memorial that is ostensibly for people who were high up, powerful in the regime, people who profited for the regime. The actions of these men were certainly bold, brave, but what were their goals? They did want to stop the concentration camps, they did want to tell people about them. They also wanted a more capable leader than Adolf Hitler. They wanted to continue fighting the war. It's a little bit of a confusing place in that way, and it's all the more confusing when you find out who actually made the main part, the focus of this memorial, the statue back here. It was made by an artist named Richard Scheiber. Scheiber, in 1944, was put on a list of artists that were supposedly so talented they were gifted by God. And what that means is he was exempted from military service. You don't get on a list like that in Germany in 1944 if you're not well liked by the regime, huh? Yeah, this question is actually dealt with over on the information boards. They do even say, why would someone so closely associated to the regime be chosen for this? It remains a mystery. I do like that it's there, but it is still a bit weird that he was chosen, that this memorial is still here in this form. If you want to find out more about things like this though, you can come right here and go through the little doorway here, go upstairs and visit the German Resistance Museum. What do you think about this whole thing? What's your opinion? Let me know below.